Hey guys, welcome to PastorChef. Andy, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Duncan. It is great to be here with you.
Same.
What are we cooking today, mate?
Well, I started my apprenticeship in Italian food, so I'm going to cook a carbonara today, but making it kid-friendly with some macaroni.
Great, let's do it. Dunk, I see we've already got water boiling.
Yes, we have.
Where do we start with this?
Well, before that, I have to ask, what are we talking about today?
Mate, we are going to talk about life change. Each one of us has significant moments of life change in our lives, and we're going to talk about that today.
Great. Cool. Lots of life changes.
This is going to hopefully be life-changing.
This will be life-changing.
Let's go.
So, when we're cooking pasta, the most important thing is to have a lot of water. If you have excess water, the starch has somewhere to go and the pasta stays nice and loose.
Yeah.
But also we need to salt it. Now this is a step that we really need to do because as you can see here, I'm going to put a good 3 or 4 teaspoons of salt in there so that the water's actually salty. And the good...
How do you know that that's a
1
teaspoon?
teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons.
All right, that's a new tip.
And then if you taste the water, it should actually taste salty. And what happens then is as the water's absorbing into the pasta, it's absorbing the salt as well.
Yeah.
And the great thing there is if you accidentally make a sauce that's not super tasty, which we don't want to do anyway, but you've got that fallback of this beautifully salted pasta. Yeah.
I'm just thinking in my mind, you know, if we were at the beach
Yeah.
and we just scooped a bit of water out, could we cook pasta in that?
Sure.
Thanks for being kind to me.
I don't know if it will be sandy or not, but yes. Why not? Yeah, salted water. Actually, you can cook certain dishes in seawater, but normally it's more seafood and things like that.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
So the pasta's just going to go in there, give it a stir, and let that cook until it's al dente. So what was the life-changing moment for you?
Yeah, life change. And this might be relatable for some people, but for me and for my wife, it was having a child for the first time and our little son, Judah. And there is something about that moment where you hold like your child for the first time, let alone someone else's child, but your child for the first time is a wow moment in your life. I mean, we all have significant moments, but that was a big one for us.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mate, just quickly, I'm just going to take this pasta
Okay.
and put it on another flame so we can start the sauce.
Take this pasta.
Thank you very much, Pasta. If
No
you
worries,
could
Chef.
put that pan on.
Now we've got a pan here. We're going to put that on as well. Now you could probably do all of this at the same time at home. Put the pasta on, and then put the pan on as well.
Yeah.
Should we chop some oil in there? Is that what you want?
Absolutely. Just a little splurge of oil,
Olive
not too
oil?
much. Olive oil is great.
Yeah.
And Andy, what we're going to do is we're going to make a sauce for the carbonara. So the carbonara sauce is just cream, egg, parsley and parmesan. We've got a cup of cream, half a cup of parmesan, half a cup of chopped parsley and 1 egg. Mate, if you want to put that into that stainless steel bowl and just give it a good whisk,
Sure
that'd
thing.
be great.
Pop it all straight in.
Yep. So what was significant for you about that life-changing moment of having a child?
Well, I mean, for starters, when you take a child home from the hospital first time, you don't know what you're doing, right? Like no one does unless you've been in. I even think, you know, even if you've had experience with kids, putting it all. I'm talking about putting the egg in there. Taking your child home, all of a sudden you are completely responsible for that child.
Right.
All of this parmesan?
All of it. Yep.
Wow, it's cheesy.
Lots of cheese.
That's the way I like it. And for us, it was that realization. It's a practical realization that we are coming home with this child and it's life changing. But I think more significantly than that, and this has been something that's developed in me over time, is that I have realized that though this is a little gift for myself and my wife, because he is, and our children are a gift, we have responsibility for them and we love them so much. But it's been revelation to me that God actually loves our kids more than we do. And isn't that significant? And so when I am worried about them or I'm trying to care for them, or sometimes even when I feel like I'm being a poor parent, I remember that God is indeed working above that and through all of that as well. And man, it brings peace to my life knowing that He is sovereign and that He loves my kids even more than I do. Is that all right?
Isn't that a crazy thing to say?
It's crazy. It's crazy it's a crazy revelation, but it's brilliant.
But it's a good
It's
thing.
truth.
It's a good thing to take in.
Yeah, it is truth, and because it makes a difference, no matter what stage of parenting we're in.
Yep.
He is there. He's working in their lives as well.
Awesome.
Now, does that look all right?
That's perfect. Now
Good.
we just sit that to the side. Our pan is nice and hot. The oil's hot. So Andy, we've got here some chopped bacon that can go straight in. And we've just got a spoon here for you.
Listen to that sizzle.
Listen to that sizzle. Now I like to use, the bacon goes from the loin all the way around to the belly. And the loin is quite a big sort of muscle that's not much fat inside.
Yeah.
But when you come around to the belly's got a bit more fat and for me a little bit more flavour.
So you talk about that, but when I go to the shops, I see shortcut.
Yep.
Or I see, what's the full stuff?
The long,
long, or rasher.
Yep.
So what am I looking for?
So the
if I'm going to
shortcut
shop?
is just that, the back bit there, which is very lean. So if you want it to be lower in fat or more lean, you can take that out there. Just double check my heat there.
Yeah, but what's that called at the shops?
The loin?
Loin bacon.
I think so. Research.
We'll do some Googling.
Research is key. And then to that bacon, Andy, just add some garlic. So got about a teaspoon of chopped garlic.
Yep.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Whichever bacon you prefer.
Yeah, great.
You're making it hard for me today, then.
Sorry, mate. You know what I like? Maple bacon.
Maple bacon.
Are
Maple
you
bacon
surprised
is
by
good. No, not at all. So you get the lovely smell from the garlic in with the bacon.
Mate.
Now, carbonara, disclaimer here, there's so many different ways to make carbonara, and depending on what Italian chef you've learned it from, they're all going to be slightly different. Some of them just have egg. The one I learned when I was doing my apprenticeship in an Italian restaurant was with egg and cream.
Yep.
And my chef always told me it has to have something with some spice. And he always told me you can have either pepper or chili. So which one do you like?
I'm going to take chili.
Chili?
Yeah.
So we've got some dried chili here.
Straight in?
Yep, straight in there. And as much chili as you like. If you like a spicy carbonara, make it a bit more spicy. And other people just like cracked pepper.
Obviously, with the kids at home, I probably wouldn't be putting the chili in now, probably put it in afterwards.
Absolutely, yeah, you can just sprinkle it on top if you're cooking for the kids as well.
You know what I love putting on my pasta at the moment lately? Chili oil, man.
Chili oil?
I'm all about the chili oil
Yeah?
for some reason. Yeah, it's
You make
delicious.
that yourself?
Cass makes it.
Yeah?
She makes it at home, yep.
Nice.
Are you surprised?
No, not at all. She's very talented.
She is. We love you.
Shout out to Kat.
We love you.
So, as you can see there, it's got that lovely smell that's coming out of the bacon.
Yeah, ripper.
And we don't need to cook it too much longer because the carbonara is the sauce actually goes in after the pasta.
Okay, so I would normally be expecting to really brown this bacon up, but you're saying you probably don't need to get to that point.
With the belly cut, the more you brown it, the more you extract more of the fat from
Yep.
the oil from the fat, and it becomes oilier and oilier.
Sure.
So you don't want it to be too fried, but if you want it crispy, you can. I'll just tip off some of that bacon fat first.
It's looking good, mate. It's looking good. Yeah. What about you, mate? Life-changing for you? Your kids, I imagine, have been life-changing for you as well.
Yeah, well, totally. My children were, of course, a life-changing moment. But when you were talking about that,
Yeah.
for me, I didn't grow up Christian.
Yeah.
So for me, that life-changing moment was about birth.
Yeah.
My birth
Yeah.
in God.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Yeah.
That was the life-changing moment. I mean, I could go back through lots of things, hardships and good things and things that have changed my life, but that was really the biggest thing that was life-changing because it changed my concept on other people.
The Bible talks about that. It uses this term "born again."
Yeah.
When you sometimes hear it "born again Christian." It's because it is like being that we have been born again.
Right.
It's our second birth
Yeah.
into new life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think a great piece of wisdom that someone gave me one day was we were talking about my kids and how they grow up so fast. And we always say that, oh, gee, kids are growing up fast, aren't they? And they said this about their own kids. And they said, I used to think when they were 2 or 3 years old, this is the best time. This is the best time of life for kids because they're innocent, they're having fun, and they're learning all these new things and they're growing. And then he said, and then they got to primary school and I thought, oh, this is the best time because now I can hang out with them and have a bit of relationship. And then they got to teenage years and the relationship went to another level and they said, I thought that was the best time. And the revelation was that because of the growth and the perspective they had of the growth of their children, every time was such a positive for them. And I've taken that on board as well. And I look forward to the next stage of life with my kids as well.
Totally, and I'm in that stage right now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
This is looking good, mate.
Good. We are probably about 3 or 4 minutes away from the pasta being cooked.
Yeah.
And at this point, we can just turn off the pan and wait for the pasta to cook.
Brilliant.
So we'll be right back.
See you soon.
We are back.
Great.
The pasta has been cooked. You can see I've just simply strained it. Our bacon's still nice and crispy.
Looks lovely.
Okay, so all we do now is we actually go into the pan with the pasta first. So this is where carbonara is quite different. You'll see that most pastas you'll make a sauce, you'll tip the pasta into it. But this one here, what we're going to do is we're going to stir through the bacon into the pasta, and you put as much pasta as you want to feed the family. Is that enough for your family? Or is that enough for you?
We like to have some leftovers, so we would go.
Okay.
We would go a fair bit.
There we go.
But obviously you got to be proportionate. You don't want to have only one piece of bacon in your bowl.
Right. So what we're going to do now is with this sauce, we're just going to tip it straight on top, mate.
Great. Now?
Yep. We tip it on top, and we don't need to keep cooking it all the time. What happens here is we don't want the egg to completely scramble and you end up with little pieces of egg. We want the egg to sort of start to cook so it thickens the sauce and actually coats the pasta. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it really does.
So, to be honest, you could even turn it off if you wanted to be patient. I've turned that off now. Yeah, just give that a stir. And just watch how the heat from the pasta, the heat from the pan, will warm through that 1 cup of cream. And the egg will just start to cook, because egg cooks at about 60 degrees.
Okay.
So we've got 100-degree pasta, cold sauce, and it should just balance out there somewhere nice.
It looks so smooth.
Isn't it smooth?
Yeah, really nice.
And that way you end up, excuse me, that way you end up with a nice sort of silky, creamy carbonara. And the heat is there, right?
It's, mate, it looks ready to go.
It looks ready to go?
Yeah.
Have you noticed we haven't put any salt in this sauce?
I have. We instead put it in the pasta.
We put it into the pasta. Plus we've got the salt from the bacon itself.
That's looking ripper.
Look at that.
So I'm looking at the bottom of the pan, and
Look at that.
It's not too saucy.
No,
it's
there's
beautiful.
no completely clear
It's not,
liquid.
it's not clumpy either.
Yep.
Not going perfect.
Mate.
It looks like you know what you're doing, Dunk.
Look at that. Macaroni. I've never actually done a macaroni carbonara before.
Mate,
It's always been spaghetti or fettuccine or linguine.
It's looking good to me.
Yeah.
Can I give you a little challenge right now?
Sure.
If you were to, we'll play this up and take a photo as it right is, but
Okay.
you are a Thai master.
Right.
If you were to Thai spin this,
Yep.
what would you do right now?
Wow.
Is that a good challenge?
Yeah, that's a good challenge.
And I'm not saying just throw something on there to make it look Thai.
No.
But you're taking the flavours of the carbonara and then you're infusing Thai into it.
Right. I think, I mean, you could, of course, add lemongrass or you could add like ginger, but it would not be a carbonara. You'd really change it too much. You could maybe swap the cream for coconut cream and have a coconut.
All right, that's a good one.
There's one
win.
there.
Yeah, you pass.
But ultimately, I think I would just serve this with a nice big piece of Thai marinated barbecued meat on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Like some crispy pork that's been marinated in Thai, stuff like that. I think that would work well with the pasta.
Just going there in my mind. Right?
Just going there.
Beautiful.
So we're just going to finish this off because Andy's intrigued by the flicking technique. A little bit more parmesan on top.
Great. Is that your thing? It's not the salt-based salt. Yours is the...
Excuse me, waiter, can I have 3 flicks of parmesan, please? We've got a beautiful little flower from the garden here.
Lovely.
And some chopped parsley on top.
What
There you
a
go.
treat.
There you go, mate.
Looks beautiful.
Macaroni carbonara. And if you're going to have a change in your life, make it a carbonara.
Great outro, mate. That was
Not a
great.
great outro.
Oh, mate.
You take it. You
Have
take
this,
it.
give it a try at home.
Yeah.
And again, we would love to see what you guys are able to make at home out of this stuff and give it that Thai twist and let us know how that sounds as well. But don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We would love you to do that. Hit the bell, and you'll know when the next episode's coming out. Enjoy, be good, have a good conversation with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bless you guys.